Last night we watched as ABC 40's Eric Fisher headed into the woods of Western Mass to learn how to survive in the wilderness. Well, tonight, with the help of his guide, Eric shows us how to find food, water, and eventually get yourself to safety.
Daylight arrives and so does the rain. The debris hut held up well with only a few wet patches, but on day 2 of survival, your mental health begins to play a role.
Anger, depression, guilt, boredom, loneliness, fear, all those kinds of things creep in, and they can be actually debilitating.
The best way to stay positive is to give yourself tasks. Finding food and water is a top priority.
There's a rule of threes where you can live 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food.
Keeping hydrated is the most important, so we'll focus on water first. Luckily, there's a lot of it around today. But more likely than not, you'll have to find a pond or stream, and that means you'll have to clean it.
The waterborne bacteria can be pretty unfriendly in our digestive system.
Giardia is the main threat, but boiling water will purify it. And believe it or not, a paper cup can help.
They'll only burn down to the level of the water.
Fashioning a bowl out of tinfoil, something every hiker should always have, can easily work as well. Food is another story. If you brought extra, you can cook it on sticks or in foil packets. But if you're out of supplies, Scott suggests not eating at all.
Finding food in the woods, unless you're very experienced and you've taken courses and you've been taught to identify specific plants, you're best not to eat things in the woods.
Certain plants or animals can be fatal, and it's safer to go without. But our main focus now is getting back to civilization. A whistle can be heard over greater distances than a voice.
Sitting down and blowing that whistle 3 times. Okay, that's an international signal for distress.
Another method is to use smoke. By day, the smokier your fire, the better.
This smoke that's going to rise up over the canopy would be seen by a plane, could be seen by searchers, far away.
During the night, you'll want the largest and brightest fire possible. To avoid all of this, the main idea is preparation. Simple steps, the right supplies, and awareness.
As you're hiking, turn around and look at where you've come from so it'll look familiar when you're coming back.
Have the right map, learn how to use your compass, and take a bearing before you leave. As Scott says, staying found is much better than getting lost.
At some point, people make a decision to live or die. And that's not a decision that I would ever want to make, so I'm going to make the decision to live.
Alive and well, Eric Fisher, ABC 40.